Call of Duty World War II, huh? I guess I'd get around to making a video at some point, yeah? I mean, you know, I should actually get off my ass and do another one. Anyway, this is Call of Duty World War II, I've already said that, and I take it you guys probably want my impressions, because, that's why I upload videos, is because I either make snarky remarks or make opinions on games. So, it's more Call of Duty. But of course I can say more, and I will, because this video is over 8 minutes and I've got to find a way to pad it out, you got to be creative with this sort of thing. I've already said this before, you know how it goes. I really don't know how to feel about this one this year. It reminds me a lot of Black Ops. Now, you see, this was gameplay from a lot earlier on. I've since actually gained quite a bit of levels. I mean, not like that really matters, but, point is that I've actually progressed quite a bit in the game since. And as you can see here, there's, weird bugs. This is an abnormally buggy Call of Duty game. I mean, mind you, I didn't buy Infinite Warfare until about December. Same goes because I bought the Legacy version. So it came with Modern Warfare Remastered, but I didn't end up getting those two until later on, so they could have had a couple of patches, whereas with this, I got this a month after, but I don't recall Black Ops 3 being this buggy. This has some really, really odd bugs. Weapons not appearing, spawns not... I don't know, it's just something just doesn't seem right. It feels rushed slightly. But, despite that, it's more Call of Duty. The gameplay reminds me quite heavily of a, it reminds me quite a bit, actually, of World at War. Well, I mean, no shit, it's a World War II game, but it also reminds me quite a lot of Black Ops. This game takes almost more from Black Ops than it does from... I don't know why I'm running up here, but anyway. This game almost takes more from Black Ops than it does from World at War. It's really weird. I mean, considering this is Sledgehammer Games' technically, if we're being technical here, third outing, because, no one likes to admit it, but their first outing was Modern Warfare 3, and... I don't know. You can kind of look at most Call of Duty games and go, ooh, it's a Call of Duty game, but, there's a lot of us out there that secretly appreciate it. That's why, I've said to my friends whenever I talk about Call of Duty, you see, it's like a Nickelback album, or liking Nickelback. You don't want to admit it, but it's a guilty pleasure. And these games are the definition of guilty pleasure, in my opinion, because they're just dumb shooters. And Nickelback is dumb music. I mean, I'm not saying there's intelligent tut music. Oh god, wait till this gets to the front page of Reddit's I'm Very Smart subreddit. But, what I mean is that, it's just dumb fun. You can enjoy it, you can drink to it, you can just listen to it and maybe take something out of it depending on how you interpret it. You can just it's just dumb fun that, requires not much attention from the viewer. And that's never a bad thing. Take that from someone who fucking tried to play Overwatch drunk once. That's, don't do that. I mean, to be fair, it could have been worse. I could have played Rocket League, but actually, no, that would have been better, actually. But anyway, I'm talking about Call of Duty World War II. In typical Call of Duty fashion, this game visually looks ridiculously soft. Now, I've never been a huge fan of that. I turned off motion blur as soon as I got the chance to, because there was actually a graphics option to turn off motion blur, so I went off with your head motion blur. And with Infinite Warfare, I turned off film grain, and I think it made the image quite a bit more sharper, because for some reason they always go for a more filmic look, which is really confusing to me, because I've never been a huge fan of that odd visual style. I like a crisp, sharp image, not a soft, especially if the texture resolution doesn't usually match up with it. And you can see this dude who's absolutely destroying. So you see, at least this game's reasonably accurate in the sense of you're getting your ass pounded harder than a fucking porno at fucking D-Day here. I mean, I'm not saying that in a negative connotation or anything like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I just thought, it feels like an apt comparison, because war always feels like you're just, well, in war. I know, that was pretty poor of me to say that earlier. I'm sorry in advance, but I'm probably not going to edit that out because I'm too lazy. But anyway, as you can see here, it's just 9 maps as well as another complaint I have with this. It's just very, very weird. 9 maps. Really, guys? Didn't Infinite Warfare have roughly double that? I'm pretty sure Infinite Warfare had maybe double that. I'm not sure. I remember playing on a lot more maps, and they were a lot more interesting. But then again, you can only do so much with the World War II setting with online multiplayer, though, to be fair. And there goes my cat. I was going to say something there, but I got carried away apologizing. Yeah, this honestly, whoever thought war needed to be a 6v6 mode just really needs to go back to the drawing board, because this is nasty. 6v6 war just feels like a glorified team deathmatch with rush elements. I've got no idea where to go here. This was earlier on. This map's ridiculously confusing. You see, I only discovered that, yeah, oh, okay, I can go around there now. Last chance, capture the bunkers. How about, okay, yeah. Oh, no. Okay, well, couldn't do it. That's okay, though, because there's another war game mode video up ahead. And that one is going to be enjoyable, because I snipe. That's another thing. Look, I can't judge a game for its choice of weapons, but this is a game that's exclusively based on the Western Front, so why does it exactly have Russian and Japanese weapons? Now look, Allies and Axis forces in the war often collaborated and sent each other weapons. Case in point, when the Americans sent over a lot of American weapons to the Russian forces during World War II. There was I can't remember what the thing was called, but there was something where they did that. And it was, I'm not aware of anything that the Germans and Japanese did together, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, the MG15, that's a World War One weapon. I mean, look, it might have had limited use, but what about the MG42? What, really, guys? And no Gewehr 43, not that I could see of, at least. At least most of the weapons are accounted for, and I find the addition of red dot sights to be really confusing. I mean, technically it's not unrealistic, because the Germans did have that at some point, but they didn't it wasn't in active use in infantry, it was more just a prototype thing that they had. So, like, you know, the tech was there, but, it just wasn't used in the front lines, because, well, yeah, no shit. I mean, where's the practicality of it? Oh, I quickscope someone there. We need the MLG horns blaring now, guys, because I just managed to quickscope someone with a goddamn Lee Enfield. Goddamn, I miss you, Call of Duty. That's and snipers, I mean, going back to weapons again, continuing on about it, is that snipers are fun to use in this game for, like, the first time in ever. Like, it doesn't make any sense, but snipers are fun to use, and like, huh? Because I remember in Black Ops 2, they were a pain in the ass to use. In Infinite Warfare, I barely touched them, but they weren't much better, if I'm going to be honest. And I just died. They legitimately weren't much better. I love these quickscopers. There are so many of them in this game, but it's fun here. It reminds me a lot of Modern Warfare 2. Alright, here we go. I got this. You see your boy quickscoping and shit. You the ass to use. In Infinite Warfare, I barely touched them, but they weren't much better, if I'm going to be honest. And I just died. They legitimately weren't much better. I love these quickscopers. There are so many of them in this game, but it's fun here. It reminds me a lot of Modern Warfare 2. Alright, here we go. I got this. You see your boy quickscoping and shit. You the ass to use. In Infinite Warfare, I barely touched them, but they weren't much better, if I'm going to be honest. And I just died. They legitimately weren't much better. I love these quickscopers. There are so many of them in this game, but it reminds me a lot of Modern Warfare 2. Alright, here we go. I got this. You see your boy quickscoping and shit. You the ass to use. In barely touched them, but they weren't much better, if I'm going to be honest. And I just died.